Brawl Boxes are being removed from Brawl Stars. You heard me right. After the next update, Brawl Boxes, Mega Boxes, and Big Boxes will be deleted from Brawl Stars, and they will be completely replaced with a new progression system. What? Are you kidding me? This is absolutely massive. This is gonna have a huge impact on the game, and I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions, so we're gonna talk about that. Because guess what? Even though the most hyped thing that we could possibly get from a Brawl Box was a new brawler, that's also where we got the majority of our progression through, like power points and gold, right? Because even though we do get a ton of power points and gold from the Brawl Pass, we still get a majority of our rewards via boxes. So there's a lot to unpack here, or unbox, including a hint about the next update, which I think Supercell gave us, so we'll talk about that. But we're gonna start off by talking about everything we know about Brawl Boxes being removed. Brawl Stars basically just released a video warning us that they are removing Brawl Boxes from the game. From the sounds of it, the main goal is to remove probability from brawler unlocks so that we can unlock the brawlers that we want. I know that this sounds like a scary thing, like, because it's fundamentally changing how the entire progression for Brawl Stars works, but I think that if Supercell does it right, it could potentially be a positive thing for all the players. As you can see right here, all brawlers will be available on something called the Star Road, and based on the fact that there is a gem cost on each brawler, this suggests that we'll be able to buy any brawler with gems for at like pretty much any time, which is actually pretty cool. If you have a lot of the gems and you're willing to spend money on the game, that's actually pretty awesome. But also it looks like they're moving Trophy Road brawlers into different rarities. Right here you can just see very quickly Tick and 8-Bit seem to be a super rare brawler, and then there's Ems and Stu who are with the epic brawlers. So I can only imagine that the other Trophy Road brawlers will be rare after this update. What we do not know is if they are removing the Trophy Road altogether or if they will replace the brawlers with different rewards. So the big question here, what is the Star Road? From the looks of it, it will be a pathway that you will follow to unlock different brawlers. It tells us that we need to collect a currency called credits in order to unlock a brawler, and it seems like higher rarities require more credits to unlock than others, where like 160 credits for rare brawlers being probably pretty easy, and then 430 for super rare brawler. Now the requirement shoots up dramatically from just rare to super rare brawlers, so I can only imagine that legendary brawlers will require several thousand credits to unlock, although we don't know how big of a deal that is. Like, we don't know how easy it is to get these credits. But what I find most interesting is that eventually we will be given a choice in which brawler to unlock. Okay, it starts with Nita, then goes to El Primo, then Jesse, Poco, and Jackie. But by the 6th brawler unlock, you'll actually be able to choose between 4 different brawlers. After that, we have our first epic brawler, but we didn't get to see any more details other than one of the options being Bo. Now, pretty much anyone watching this video will already have most of the brawlers unlocked, except for a few legendaries, maybe some chromatics, and maybe a couple of mythic brawlers. So the real question is, how is this going to affect you? Well, it seems like all of your credits will go toward your missing brawlers, and you'll then be given a choice on which brawler you will be able to unlock next. We don't know exactly how long it will take to unlock a legendary brawler, but at least we'll have an actual estimate of time after the update, and during sneak peeks, you better believe I'm going to try and figure that out for you guys. Because right now, honestly, like, legendary brawlers are kind of messed up, right? It could literally take years for you to unlock your final legendary brawler, like with the game as it is right now. Plus, they typically release a legendary brawler like each December update, it seems like, so that could be happening. And so like if they add a new legendary brawler, then it might make it less likely that you could actually get the one that you specifically want. Thankfully, that's not actually gonna happen though, because in this update, you'll be able to choose. So the real question is, how will we get the credits required to progress along the Star Road and unlock new brawlers? And the answer to that is we don't actually know. But I do think it's safe to assume that anywhere boxes are before the update will be replaced with credits after the update. So credits will likely be available for purchase in the shop. I think it's pretty safe to bet that the majority of credits will be available in the Brawl Pass, and then there might be a few other places to get credits, such as the Trophy Road, quest rewards, or for even from other special events. But there's still a lot of things that we don't know yet. Boxes were the biggest source of golden power points, and now that boxes are being removed, how are we going to be progressing our brawlers? Well, truthfully, we don't actually have a sure answer for this, but I think it's safe to assume that we will get a lot more gold and power points from the Brawl Pass, and also from quests and from other special events that we currently do have. We also don't know how we'll unlock chromatic brawlers. Obviously, they'll still be available as part of the paid part of the pass, but what about previous chromatic brawlers? We do not know the answer to that, okay? If I had to guess, the chromatic brawlers would be unlocked at the rate of the rarity that they currently are, so most chromatic brawlers would probably be unlocked as epic brawlers, but yeah, we don't really know for sure. Another important question is, how hard is it going to be to unlock legendary brawlers brawlers, and I wish that I had an answer for you, but we don't, okay? If I did have to guess, it will probably be easier to unlock legendary brawlers after the update than it is right now. The reason why I say this is that one of Brawl Stars' biggest progression issues in the game, at least in the past, has been that it's actually pretty easy to unlock all the brawlers in the game, except for the legendary brawlers, which are incredibly difficult to unlock. In fact, there are quite a few brawlers that have every single brawler in the game, but are missing like 5 legendary brawlers, right? And it can take several years and a lot of luck to unlock all the legendary brawlers. At its core, it's honestly kind of been a little bit of a flawed progression system, at least the old one in my opinion. And I think that the team is aware of this. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this was a big reason they decided to rework the brawler unlock system in the first place. Because getting legendary brawlers should be reasonable. Like, yes, you do want the hype moment of getting it, but like you should be able to get it. And so now it's just a matter of time before you get every new brawler unlocked. And rather than having to just like hope on that little bit of random luck, right? Now, another question that I have is, what about players like me who have every single brawler unlocked already? My hope is that we'll be able to save some sort of like a stock of credits so that we can unlock new brawlers once they do become available, but we won't know for sure until December 7th when Brawl Talk drops and I'm able to actually give you guys some sort of an update sneak peek. Now, we got more things that we got to talk about for this update, okay? And I'm going to explain the Omega Box event. I'm also going to cover the hashtag #BuyBuyBoxes giveaway and speculate on a possible Candyland update. But before we can talk about all of that, I need to answer a very important question. Is removing Brawl Boxes even a good thing? I won't be able to fully answer this until we have more specific details, but I do think that this could be a great thing for the game as long as it is done well. If I'm being completely honest, I've actually never really loved the whole gambling aspect that comes with Brawl Boxes. They are a gacha mechanic that is very exciting, but it also trains people to become more and more comfortable with gambling. Now, you might say, but Kairos, you've done a bunch of unboxing videos on your channel. Doesn't that promote gambling too? And the answer to that is, yeah, it does. It really does. But I'm also very clear in my videos that it is not a risk for me, since I'm almost always able to make back the money from those unboxing videos through advertisements and sponsors than the amount of money I spend on those unboxing videos. Like for me, it's actually like a smart business financial decision, and most people it is not, okay? I've also made several progression guides for players to max out their account as fast as possible as free-to-play players, and like I've given lots of tips to people to be able to progress without having to rely on the gambling aspect of opening Brawl Boxes. And as I've said this in the past, although Brawl Stars' gacha mechanics are actually very good in comparison to other gacha games, specifically because all the power points and the gold that we get in boxes, like the gacha feels actually pretty good for Brawl Stars, but it is still a gacha game, and like that hasn't sat with me very well in the past, right? Like you can't deny it. I mean, it hasn't bothered me enough to like quit the game, right? Brawl Stars has always been very free to play friendly, but I think you guys can see why I don't 100% love promoting a game that has some form of gambling mechanics in it, like even if those gambling mechanics are very mild in comparison to other games. So as long as Supercell does remove gacha from the game in a way that does not make progression longer, I'm actually really excited for this change, okay? From the sounds of it, players will have a lot more control over which brawlers they will unlock, and if I'm right, it should be easier to get new legendary brawlers. If that is the case, I'm really excited to see how the system gets implemented, okay? So obviously, wait for more details later, but let's talk about the Omega Box Daryl event. The community is being given 12 days to do 4 billion takedowns, and by takedowns, I think they mean kills. I don't know, like every time you take down an enemy, yeah, that makes sense, right? Anyway, those takedowns can happen in any game mode. We could literally farm it in a friendly match and just have like people just dying left and right, like that. We could do that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if 4 billion takedowns is a big number for the community or if it's a small number. They're gonna try and set a goal. It's gonna try and push the community, but like also they want to make sure that we do get the Omega Box Daryl skin added into the game, so it'll probably be a reasonable goal for all of us to reach. But we're going to want to do it either way because there are a ton of rewards available for everyone to complete in the challenge, okay? Including not just a mega box, but also a player icon, a pin, a spray, an Omega Box, which is like bigger than a mega box, and then the Omega Box Daryl skin. Now, on top of this, several creators, including myself, will be giving away mega box gift codes with the hashtag #BuyBuyBoxes hashtag, right? And 5 of those codes will be golden codes, which means that 5 extremely lucky players will get 200 mega boxes, which is honestly like, that is absolutely insane. Somebody could easily unlock every single brawler on their account with those 200 500 mega boxes. Like that's just crazy, right? Now, I'm gonna be doing my giveaway on my Discord server, so click the link below in the description or go to discord.gg/Kairos and wait for instructions on how to join the giveaway. I was not able to give my mods a heads up on this giveaway, so it might take a day or two for you to sign up. So just hang tight and wait for that notification. I'm also going to be giving away some exclusive pins that were only given to players who attended the Brawl Stars World Championship in person. So that's one of the very few ways for people to get this incredibly exclusive pin. Now let's talk about some more stuff coming in this update that was not explicitly made public, including the new update theme that might have been revealed to those who were paying attention. At the end of the removal of boxes announcement video, they showed this throne floating on what looks like a cotton candy cloud throne, along with a couple of suckers and some candy. Now this might honestly not be very much by itself, like it's pretty clear there's going to be some sort of candy theme in this next update, but for those who were at the Brawl Stars World Championship, some people were able to get a bad random shirt with a list of all of the locations and dates that the bad randoms performed in various locations throughout Star Park. After the Ghost Station, which was the most recent update, was the Brawl Stars World Finals, and the very last location is Candyland at the venue called the Cupcake Field. This is a pretty clear indication to me that the next update is essentially going to be some sort of candy themed update, which honestly makes a lot of sense, right? It might take place in a candy store. It might be some sort of a candy kingdom as hinted by the candy throne in the recent video that they released. There might be some sort of like candy king as a new brawler, or even maybe some cotton candy brawler. We honestly don't have any details as to what is going to be coming in this update, but one thing is for sure, it is definitely going to change Brawl Stars forever, and hopefully for the better, because removing Brawl Boxes is a pretty big deal. As one final piece of Brawl news, in case you missed it, Zeta was crowned the world champion at the most recent championship in Disneyland Paris. Tribe, who obviously I was rooting for because, you know, Team Tribe, love Tribe, they played incredibly well, but both Tribe teams were taken out by the two Zeta teams from Japan, and in the end, it was Zeta versus Zeta, and of course, Zeta won the whole thing for the second year in a row. And honestly, the event was so much fun. It was really fantastic to be able to go there and be a part of it, especially after the previous two world championships were not made public due to COVID, right? So I'm gonna be releasing a video covering the whole event, so make sure you guys subscribe and check out my other videos right here. I also really want to know what you guys think about Brawl Boxes being removed from the game, because that is such a big deal, and I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, at least immediately. So let me know, and for now, this is KairosTime ticking by, and we will see you in Brawl Stars.